Welcome back to Shifting Overthinking to Marketing Movement, a limited audio series for creative, equity-led solopreneurs with a story and expertise to share. This gets you out of your own head to find clarity and direction so you can build sustainable marketing processes that fit your body, brain, and capacity. So this episode is about messaging. So what stops people from committing to messaging or branding? Messaging is low-key a vortex. We're now told that we need to nail our message, but often the particulars of that feel so subjective that it's just easy to get lost. It's deceptively easy to tell yourself, if I can get the exact elevator pitch or tagline that explains what I do, this will be the key that brings in leads and clients. I have fallen into this trap for myself. In fact, I've been in that trap for over a year, maybe 2 years. Let me tell you, the inevitable result is that your message will never feel ready, and you won't actually commit to any specific marketing direction without this in place. Because why update your offer if you don't have a tagline, or why do this when you don't have your elevator pitch in place? In short, I was afraid to show up. Let me know if that sounds familiar. It's not just me, I see it on social media, when I'm scrolling, I'll see it with clients, I see it in my community. When we decide to show up, we are implicitly committing to a way to represent ourselves in our business. And rightfully, this can feel scary. What if we change our minds? What if people don't understand how we help them? What if I sound the same as everyone else in my industry? And the truth is, some of these things will inevitably happen. And that's okay. It's preferred even, because how else will you know that? When you work on messaging in a vacuum without outside input, the risk is actually higher that you're missing the mark when you do in fact launch it. So that's why I wanted to start talking about messaging in the context of reframing both the point of messaging work and the process itself. Next episode, we'll get more systemized with it, so bear with me, because I absolutely believe that aspect is lacking online. But before we get there, 2 things I want to point out are, you are not married to your current messaging, or whatever messaging you decide upon, and adjusting based on feedback is actually an integral part of the process. I often call messaging the foundation, but it's not like one that builds a house. Housing foundations, they're put in and you cannot change them. They are rebar, they are concrete, and they are unyielding. I prefer to think of the metaphor more as messaging being the soil of the tree that is your marketing. So I do have a graphic that explains my concept of a content ecosystem. We'll definitely discuss that in later episodes. I just find this is a better way to look at it. So right now I'm recording in spring, and it's the first time that I've tried to grow anything in I couldn't even tell you how long. My partner is way better at that sort of thing. One thing I know is that the plant often tells you what it needs by like how the leaves look, if there's a discoloration, if there's like holes in it, maybe the plant itself is wilting. There's all these clues. So if your content ecosystem is a plant or tree that you are tending, then the response to your marketing or your sales is what tells you where to adjust, right? So to continue the metaphor, some plants need acidic soil, and you can add coffee grounds to that soil. Some need maybe vermiculite or coconut husks to soak up excess moisture. So if messaging is your soil, and it turns out that folks are misunderstanding a part of it, or your values evolve, that's fine, because we can just tweak elements in that soil, and the plants, or in your customers in this case, will respond better. By the way, those were just examples. Do not listen to me for any gardening advice of any kind. So for this action step this time, if you're overthinking messaging right now, I want you to get out of your own head. Find a few trusted business besties, or friends on social. If no one comes to mind, that is what the Story Spark Lounge is for, just saying. And share your elevator pitch of like 1 to 3 sentences about what you do. Specifically, get feedback on what piqued their interest and what confused them. Start tweaking the language based on feedback. But in general, I would suggest that you wait until you have more than one person giving you feedback. Like maybe get 3 to 5 people at least to start seeing where folks are all agreeing. Because one opinion is just that, it's an opinion. But you get the same thing over and over again, then that is actually really helpful feedback. Don't worry, in the next episode, I promise we're going to go more in depth on messaging and how to hone in on that language and those words that reaches potential clients and helps you stand out. But until then, make meaningful progress in your business by shifting out of overthinking, clarifying your priorities that match your capacity and values so that you can move forward in your marketing. I'll see you in the next one.